Hello, everybody. You are watching www. Whatever, and Whack of the Web. So today we're going to be going through a couple different websites and going over exactly what they may be doing right and what they may be doing wrong. This is going to be random. Not sure exactly what we'll be looking at today, and we're going to see and try to put it all together. So I'm guessing that we'll probably be a little surprised. So let's see. So first off, I want to recognize that this is going to be random, and I'm not trying to pick on any sort of business in the beginning. I'm doing this from my personal and professional opinion. Being a website designer for a living, I need to go ahead and see flaws in other websites and see if I can fix them for those customers. So to begin here, I just picked a random city here. So I have a random city generator in the United States, where I'm from. So we're just gonna click on new random city here. Let's see here. Let's check. Let's go South Dakota here. Gam Valley, South Dakota. So we're over to our Google Maps and we'll figure it out real quick. All right, there looks like we're popping up. Alrighty here. So this may be a little bit harder than I thought. Well, we have we have one. Where in the world are we? Okay, well we got one little place here. Let's see if they. Oh wow, okay, they do have a website. Let's go ahead and check it out real quick. We're off to a good start. So initial impressions. Old. Surprisingly full width. A lot of times when you see these older kind of websites, looks like last time it was updated. Looks like 2010, as you can see down there. 2010 was last time. So usually these kind of websites are very boxed in. I like the full width look normally when it comes to websites, but this is not a good website per se, objectively here. Looks like, yeah, 2010 looks like the last time. Maybe they're no longer a company. That could be a case too. So for the beginning here, logo. It's a little confusing here. Maybe just one of these elements is actually their logo, or maybe just the words and they added stuff around it. I mean, that's fine, but you really want to make sure your logo is very, very well prominent inside of your website here, your browser. Because if it's not in this header up here, it just will look really odd like this. See how it's placed out. Now, if these were spread out along the sides over there, that might look pretty good. Now, let's go through here. So we got menu on the side. Let's see, home, stylists, production, sale. Okay, so a big thing I see here is there's no call to action on this. Normally when you're going through and making a website, you really want to make sure that your website has some sort of call to action. If it doesn't, it can be a really big problem. It's usually one of my big things to go over is make sure it has a call to action. I have three main points always I go through when I'm making a website or I'm trying to help somebody go through theirs and try to figure out exactly what they're doing. The first point is a call to action. You always want call to action. Make sure you're really going through exactly what you want the customer to do. If you're not, you're basically just putting up a bunch of information and not telling them what to do. You want to close the deal always and make that sale. So that's the big one. Number two is something that a lot of people don't really know about, and it's a little weird, but I like to put in as much as possible whenever I'm doing the site. So number two is you want to have faces. Now, we as human beings, we recognize faces, and so we want to attract to that. So having a face would be really great. You know, it's really essential to helping get that customer to relate to you. You want to do customer relations whenever you're making a website. So make sure you're going ahead and putting a face somewhere on your page. Should be above the fold. Now, above the fold, if you don't know, is see this part here along the sides. I don't have to scroll down. If this below this is below the fold and this is above the fold, meaning before you start scrolling down. Now, you should always have a face above the fold. It really just helps push everything out. Now, the last thing that I always like to put in the websites is design of easeability, or basically the simplification of how to go through the site. So what I see here is kind of some major flaws. Number one, having menus on the side is fine as long as normally you just want it to be the one thing though. So it's really obvious. Also, this is very small. Number two, this is just a lot. You know, there's a lot here. You know, the color palette being blue on blue and then a little bit of kind of a brownish orange. It's also a little odd. There is definitely some major things to fix here. This would definitely be a overhaul, because if you're looking at this, the user experience is not very good trying to go through here. You have to read through a lot of words maybe to find the very specific thing that you were looking for, So it's important that you really get that across that, this is for your customer. They don't necessarily need to read all that information. Just give them the information they want, just a little bit here and there, and you should be good to go. So continuing on here, let's see. Next page. All right. And it looks like they have a different banner for a different time for 2008. So it looks like whoever the web developer was not keeping this very up to date. Now, again, especially back in the day, a lot of people, might have had, an amateur build it, and it's understandable. When we're going through these, it's not about bashing the company owner. More than anything, it's kind of bashing whoever made it. Now, a lot of times it could be the company owner, in which case it's not their fault because they are a professional at web design. If they are, then it's questionable on this one at least. But the thing is like you have to make sure that you're trying to propose a really great site, and if you need a professional to do it, get professional. So it looks like they have 3 different main types of stallions here. If we click on these, we actually, so we can go in and we actually can see exactly who these horses are. Okay, so it looks like they actually, I don't know a lot about horses, I will admit, but it looks like this might be possibly the main horse that was bred from, and then the other ones come from that. So that may be a possibility there. I'm sure if people are into horses, they would probably know better than me. But the idea is that's not too bad. Having the separation of exactly what you're selling, of course, is important. But let's continue. Again, it's not necessarily much about the content within, it's how the content is laid out, Obviously, there's a big part of it, if you have bad content, that's not good. But when it comes to web design, when we're looking at very specifically just design here, we want to make sure, A, we do have good content, but B, that it just makes sense. If it makes sense, it should work very well. So let's see here. All right, so we got some pictures. If I click on those pictures, it brings me back to the home page. Let's see here, some more lots, and those are all broken links on the side too. So having broken links is not good. Definitely need to make sure that you have all those links fixed and patched up. Let's see, terms of sale. Okay, getting it done. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I actually have some actual pictures here. So see, this is kind of something that I never noticed at first, is that this is actually kind of like used for rodeo horses. Now, I didn't know that right away. Why? Maybe because I didn't notice, anything on the front that really showed me that without reading through all those words. And I don't have time to read all those words, so I really want to see that fairly quickly. All right, so contact us. All right. It's got information you need, but nothing crazy. Links in the sitemap. Okay. So let's be honest here. This site ain't good. It's just not. This needs a giant overhaul in order to improve to today's standards. Now, maybe they don't have a lot of website traffic. That's understandable. But, as a potential buyer or a potential renter or potential, whatever it is that you're trying to promote here, I see this site and I think, it's hard. It's hard to really represent and exemplify brand through a site like this. I believe you could go through and really, really pinpoint exactly what these guys need, see like, hey, you need to just really promote your horses, promote exactly what you guys are doing and have some great photography. It looks like they have some photography there. Use that more. This is, again, very, very old style HTML style of a website. So it is what it is, but putting this up onto like a WordPress site would just really, really fix it out real quick. I could see it definitely being a big advantage to just using something like that, something very simple. Not a lot of time needs to be spent into this by any means. It's not that kind of site to put in all this information. I take out almost half of this information, if not more even. We're even looking at like 90% of the information taken out. That worked really, really well. Why? Because you just don't need it. So that's going to be all for today. We looked at the one website in the area of, let's see, where are we at again? Gan Valley, South Dakota. I wanted to just see and go through one site and kind of check how it went. I didn't think it went too bad. We're lucky that we got one that had some content to really go over. Wasn't that great, but we're just gonna go through and see if we can help out the web one at a time. Now, if I was gonna rate this isn't the worst I've seen by any means, but it's not that great. There's definitely a lot of work to be done. So if you are the owner watching this, of course, contact me. I'll help you out a little bit. My name is Ryan Schaub, and you've been watching www. or Wonders, Whatevers, and Whack of the Web. Until next time, we'll be going through another site here and trying to see what we can find. Have a good one.